Hi everyone, I'm going to show you guys how to solve this polar coordinates question. So they've given us a curve and a shaded region, but part A says to find the polar coordinates of P using calculus. So this is P. So to find P, you can't substitute angles into R equals, so the curve is R equals 1 plus sine theta, right? You can't substitute angles to theta and find the coordinates of P because they're asking us to use calculus, right? So what the best method would be is, now they've also said that the point P lies on C such that the tangent to C at P is perpendicular to the initial line, meaning this right here is not a maximum point or a minimum point, right? So we cannot use dy over dx equals to 0. We could consider this as the maximum x coordinate, right? Because you can see, if you look carefully at the graph, this point right here is the maximum x coordinate you have for the curve, right? So using that information, we could use derivatives and find the answer. So what I'll do is I'll write sine theta in terms of cos theta, because we know sine theta is y over r, right? So when you have y, you get y coordinates, but we are trying to find the x coordinate for P. So what I'm gonna do is, now you know sine squared plus cos squared theta equals 1. So then sine theta equals root 1 minus cos squared theta, right? So then you can write r equals 1 plus root 1 minus cos squared theta, and you know cos theta equals x over r. So that basically is like this. If you draw a right angle triangle, this is x, this is y, and this is theta. Alright, so that's how I got, and this is r, sorry. So cos theta equals adjacent over hypotenuse, x over r. So now you could write r equals 1 plus root 1 minus x squared over r squared. Okay, and then you can write r minus 1 equals to root 1 minus x squared over r squared. And then now you could square both sides. You could write r minus 1 squared equals to 1 minus x squared over r squared. And now you could write x squared over r squared equals 1 minus r minus 1 in brackets squared. Then x squared equals r squared minus r squared into r minus 1 squared. Okay, now we found an equation in terms of x and r. Okay, now using this, we can find the coordinate for P. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to find dx over dr. I'm going to find dx over dr, and I'm going to equate it to 0. The reason is, it's the maximum x coordinate, right? Just like you're finding the maximum points and minimum points when it comes to algebraic terms. Let's say you had a quadratic y equals x squared plus something. To find the maximum point, you would differentiate this, right? So the same way, no difference, we're going to differentiate x in terms of r to find the maximum x coordinate. I hope you understood that. If you guys have any doubts with that, please drop a comment. Then dx over dr is going to be, so now let's differentiate of what we have over there. So it's 2x into dx over dr equals 2r minus, now you have to differentiate this using the product rule, right? R squared into 2 I'll just do this into 2 into r minus 1 plus r minus 1 squared into 2r. Okay, and then now dx over dr equals 0, so then this, the left side just becomes 0 straight away. Then 2r minus 2r squared into r minus 1 plus 2r into r minus 1 squared. Now you can see r is common everywhere, right? So you could cancel that off. Now this is what you end up with, and 2 is common too, you can cancel that off too. Now you have 0 equals 1 minus r into r minus 1 plus r minus 1 in brackets squared. So you could take this onto the left side. So when you take it on the left side, it becomes r into r minus 1 plus r minus 1 squared equals to 1. Then you can write r squared minus r plus r squared minus 2r plus 1 equals 1. These two cancel off. Now we have 2r squared minus 3r equals 0. You can factorize 2r out. Now you have r minus 3 over 2, right? Now you have r equals to 3 over 2. So if r equals to 3 over 2, what's our angle gonna be? So we know r equals to 1 plus sine theta, right? So 3 over 2 equals to 1 plus sine theta. Sine theta equals 0.5. Theta equals pi over 6, right? You need it in radians. So the question asks the polar coordinates. So not in terms of x and y, in terms of radians and the radius. So p equals to 3 over 2 comma pi over 6. That's the answer for the first part. Easy, right? Now let's move on to the second part, where they ask us to find the shaded region using algebraic integration. So they say algebraic integration, it doesn't mean that you have to convert all your terms into x and y. Basically you just have to integrate. So, and we need to write it in this format and find a and b. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to find the area from this. Now since we know the angle for point P, this angle is pi over 6, we know that, and we know that this angle, this whole angle is 90, right? So I'm going to find the shaded the region that I'm drawing right now. So I'm going to find this region first. Okay, after I find that region, I'm going to find this area, the area of this triangle. I subtract that off, and then using that method I could find the area of this, and finally I find the area of this rectangle, subtract it with this shaded region to get r. So it's a whole bunch of steps, don't get confused. Let's go step by step and get the answer. Alright, so now area, when you find area under a polar coordinate, it's going to be area equals to half intervals a to b, for example, r squared dot d theta. Now in this case, the intervals I told you that I'm going to take first. Now I'm going to find the area for this section. This section first. So then it's going to be pi over 6 and 90, right? Pi over 6 to 90. Then it's half to the integration of pi over 6 into pi over 2, and r squared is 1 plus sine theta in brackets squared, meaning it's 1 plus 2 sine theta plus sine squared theta, and sine squared theta equals to 1 minus cos 2 theta over 2. if you guys want to know how I got that, you guys should know that cos 2 theta equals to 1 minus sine squared theta. So 1 minus 2 sine squared theta. So then sine squared theta equals to 1 minus cos 2 theta over 2, right? So you put that instead, so it's 1 plus 2 sine theta plus 1 over 2. I'm sorry, 1 minus cos 2 theta over 2. So it's 1. So it's 1 plus half plus 2 sine theta minus half cos 2 theta, right? So instead of integrating 1 plus sine theta in brackets squared, you could integrate 1 plus, so it's 1 plus half is 3 over 2. 3 over 2 plus 2 sine theta minus half cos 2 theta. This is all you have to integrate, right? So then the integration of this is 3 over 2 theta plus 2, sorry, integration of sine theta is negative cos theta, so it's negative 2 cos theta minus 1 over 4 because 1 over 2 into the integration of cos 2 theta is, so you have 2 inside, you have 2 theta inside cos, so it's cos 2 theta, right? So you have to divide by the number you have inside the brackets. So it's basically 1 over the number, the coefficient of theta, alright? So 1 over 2 into sine 2 theta. That's the answer. And you need to put your intervals now. And don't forget half. So now you have to use your calculator for this. So I'm going to put my values now and let's see what we get. I get 3 over 8 pi when I substitute pi over 2, because you can see cos pi over 2 and sine 2 pi 2 into pi over 2 is 0, so that won't matter, minus 3 over 24 pi when you substitute pi over 6, and when you substitute pi over 6 into cos theta and sine 2 theta, let me see what I get. I get negative 9 root 3 over 16. So this is gonna be pi over 4 plus 9 over 3, sorry, 9 root 3 16 over 16. So 3 over 8 minus 3 over 24, it's 1 over 4. Now this is the area of this region, alright? I'm sorry, let me just, this region. Okay, now we found the area of that region. Now let's find the area of this triangle. So how do you do that? Let me just do it right here. So now we know the coordinate of P is 3 comma pi over 6, right? So you can use this distance and this distance to find the area of the triangle, right? So if this is pi over 6, the angle, and R is 3, which is the hypotenuse of that triangle, so then this distance would be 3 cos pi over 6, and this distance would be 3 sine pi over 6, right? Then the area of the triangle would be half into 3 cos pi over 6. I'm sorry, this is 3 over 2, I'm sorry. P was 3 over 2, right? Let me just recheck. Yeah, it was 3 over 2. So this needs to be 3 over 2. So it's 3 over 2 cos pi over 6 into 3 over 2 sine pi over 6. So that would give you, let's use your calculator, that gives me 9 root 3 over 32. Now that's the area of the triangle. So now we found the area of the triangle, we found the area of this whole section, we found the area of the triangle. So we need to subtract those two areas to find this area, right? We'll call it x. So how do you find x? You subtract it. So x equals pi over 4 plus 9 root 3 over 16 minus 9 root 3 over 32, right? So this would be pi over 4 plus 9 root 3 over 32. Okay, that's easy. Now we found x. How do you find r? Now to find r, we'll have to find the area of this rectangle. How do you find that? So we know this distance, that is 3 over 2 cos pi over 6. We need to find this distance. How do you find that? So the highest point, this point right there, what would the radius be? What would this whole length be? So using r equals 1 plus sine theta, now to find the longest distance, this point right here, this point right there, all you have to do is substitute theta equals pi over 2, right? Because at that point the angle is 90 degrees. So r equals to 1 plus sine pi over 2, giving your answer as 2. So this whole distance is 2. How do you find this distance? That is 2 minus 3 sine pi over 6. 3 over 2 sine pi over 6. So using these, we can find the area of the rectangle. So I'll write area of rectangle equals 2 minus 3 over 2 sine pi over 6 into 3 over 2 cos pi over 6. This gives me 15 root 3 over 16. Now that's the area of the rectangle. Now to find r, what should you do now? Subtract the area of the rectangle with this shaded region, right? So then r equals 15 root 3 over 16 minus pi over 4 plus 9 root 3 over 32. This gives me 21 root 3 over 32 minus pi over 4. And they need the answer in which format? Yeah, they need the answer like this: 1 over 32 into a root 3 plus b pi. And they need it in that format, and they need the values of a and b. So all you have to do is just take 1 over 32 out from your answer, from the answer we got. So it's 1 over 32 to 21 root 3 minus 8 pi, right? So a equals to 21, b equals to minus 8. These are your final answers. So that's how you do this question. And if you guys like my teaching, leave a like and subscribe. If you guys have any doubts, please drop a comment. I'll help you guys out. And that's everything for this question. Have a great day and thank you so much.